All right, welcome everyone. Hello, hello. It is November, the end of November of 2022, and I'm recording this. This is kind of an intro, kind of a hey, where you been? So, I stopped uploading in like September, a little bit before September, probably I want to say August. Also, apologize if you can hear the cars in the background. I can't do much about that right now. But I had stopped recording for a while, and because of that, I had taken a bit of a break from the YouTube channel and Twitch streaming. To be fair, I'm not coming back to Twitch streaming. And my, I guess we can call it holiday depression, kind of took over on me. So I just couldn't find entertainment anymore, I guess, in recording uh, and uploading videos because, I'm getting near 30. Uh, and, I was still doing this. Like, why? And, I sat there and I sat there and I was like, as an adult, I gotta find adult hobbies. I really do. But the thing is, I still game for hours on end. I still, chill. And I'm no happier for it. I was stressed before with YouTube, but the YouTube kind of gave me something of a creative outlet, if you will. So I think getting rid of it completely was a terrible idea. Did I actually brush my beard and hair? I don't think I did. Great start to the video. But yeah, so I took a break and moved. As you can tell, the background's a little different. I'm now in Oregon instead of Washington. And after struggling for a while, the whole story goes basically I moved down here and I had some family members that in my mind, and from what they were asking about, were starting to get really kind of money hungry. I started to notice that the I guess the volunteering to help me succeed at going to college and getting me a job was kind of a plan to eventually have me help them invest in their own, let's call it their retirement plans, and I don't know, something about it started to kind of stick to me, and it just kind of started to feel weirder and weirder, and then I realized, maybe, I don't think moving back to Portland or back to Oregon in general was a bad idea. I'm not in Portland technically, so. Uh, and you know, and so I was realizing maybe it was good that I was away from my family. So I kind of shut down, kind of stopped talking, kind of stopped hanging with them, and told them that we wouldn't be speaking anymore. That I wasn't really cool with the fact that it was really kind of all our conversations were on the money aspect when they really never were a big fan of talking about the money aspect of things, and it was constantly going out getting stuff that I was paying for, which I didn't mind because they had done all this stuff for me in college. But then when I realized that it was with an ulterior motive, it really wasn't the focus of I'm just trying to help you. It started to feel more and more like an ulterior motive that was there, and so I basically cut the last of my family out of my life, those who were blood related to me, and now I moved back and am facing kind of the traumas I dealt with as a kid, because I am close to my childhood home and my childhood neighborhood, and a lot of the old memories came flooding back and hit me with a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, a lot of paranoia. So I kind of started to drown myself in weed to try and help with that. I tried to use weed the same way I used alcohol when I got into the Art Institute back in the day when I was going to college for game development. So with all that, it was kind of getting to the point where I was like, I was stoned all day, I was getting paranoid, I was constantly anxious. So today, as of November 26th of 2022, I am now, I guess 8 hours sober, because I stopped smoking at midnight. And it's not that I'm going to stop smoking weed altogether. I still am. It's just going to be very selective. So like I'm going to have maybe 1 to 2 hits a night. I'm going to be only doing it on the weekends and on Fridays. No more smoking during the week. I'll take a single hit before I go to bed if at all. But the goal is to every night I go to bed, because I usually smoke weed to help me sleep because I have a very hard time sleeping because I have such high anxiety. And so we're going to see about maybe, trying to find other ulteriors that can help me. And YouTube being one of those things that's very goal focused and goal oriented, I figured out that it would be a good idea for me to start, using this as my creative outlet, use this as my like go-to thing, and start recording again. Just have fun. So, yeah. And I will say my anxiety was getting to the point where I was just paranoid so bad, and I had so much really that was hitting me. I was becoming forgetful at work. I was becoming neurotic, which is just like really like jumpy, bouncy, constantly trying to like get everything done, and it was just not good. And I was using the weed as kind of a crutch to kind of just drown out that world instead of deal with the problems. And because of that, it got worse and worse. And so I stopped doing YouTube. I stopped making alcohol. Like, I don't make meat anymore. I wasn't making meat. I stopped doing Twitch. I kind of started eating a little more junk food. Not a lot. Like, I've still actually eaten pretty healthy, thankfully. Still having like a cup of yogurt a day. Eating a black bean burger. Getting my proteins in. And, I eat around 2,000 calories roughly a day. So I'm pretty light. And then I was working out still. Somewhat daily, but I'd slowed down this last week, and that's when it kind of really hit me. And I realized my anxiety after talking it out with someone wasn't the kind of anxiety that was based on like medical, I guess. Anxiety medication doesn't seem to work on me. Basically it does the opposite. That lack of control, that kind of like almost like a stoned feeling, constantly like very relaxed and very like just not really there, not caring, in my opinion, because everything's just fun and a good time. But I was taking 12 to 20 hits a day easily. I mean I can go through a gram in a day without even being bothered. I can sit there, take a 50-gram edible, and fucking game through it and not care. And that was bad. That's not good. That's not healthy. And since my anxiety wasn't going away because the medication didn't do anything, except make me more bipolar, more moody, more tired, more stupid, more forgetful, I kind of came to the realization that the anxiety is trauma based, which no shit, I've talked about my trauma before, and one of the things that marijuana does definitely cause paranoia. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop smoking, because I do still enjoy weed. I'm just going to be cutting back a lot. I'm not going to be taking 12 to 20 hits a day. My goal is at maximum, very maximum, I'll take 2 hits through the day. And that'll be like around like 3 p.m. and like 8 p.m. when I go to bed. The goal is to not cut cold turkey, and to slowly find a replacement for it throughout the day. Chewing gum is one of my big things now. I'm also, like I said, gonna go back to getting physically more active. So I'll go back to my 2-hour or my 1-hour workouts hopefully. And yeah, that's kind of the overall arching goal for me. We're gonna continue to get healthier, continue to try, and just face our anxiety problems. So I think on a weekly basis I might, record vlogs where I talk about my anxiety and like the trauma, because I've tried talking it out with therapists. I had a really good therapist previously, but unfortunately when I switched companies, she was no longer available with the new company I was working for, the one I'm currently working for. I spoken to my psychiatrist that I'd been seeing in Seattle, and took care of that. And I just kind of came to that realization that it was getting to that point where I just could not keep going. And so the big thing is they talked about now is the time to focus on trying to figure out what are the core of those problems, and not how to remove them, but how to cope with them, learning how to deal with them on a daily basis, learning how to recognize an attack coming. So yeah, we're gonna start doing YouTube again, in hopes that by having a kind of a work purpose schedule, I can keep kind of focusing on, because I think that the biggest thing is my mind gets bored, and I need something to keep me going and stimulate throughout the day, give me a sense of accomplishment, and so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be continuing on with the YouTube channel. I'm going to start with the main channel. My goal is to get it caught up and get a bunch of the videos up and get that going. And then I'm going to start kind of uploading again regularly to the other YouTube channels once I've gotten, more, I guess, once I've gotten my schedule set up for my recordings fully worked out. I'll start probably streaming on the YouTube VOD channel again. And I'm going to start recording more Silencia content for the Creators Creation, and we're going to slowly try and work on. My goal is not to do it all at once, like it's not today. We're going to start with one series, which is going to be our RimWorld series, because it's one of my favorite games, and then we're going to go from there. I'll pick another random game, and I'm just going to continue playing through it. Maybe I'll continue the Stardew Valley playthrough, I don't know. But that's kind of where I'm at mentally. Is I want to, from now on going forward, focus on trying to acknowledge the issues that are at hand with me, and at the same time not try and just create a coping mechanism, but rather learn how to cope with it. I don't want to use something else outside of like my own mental fortitudes to cope with it. My goal is not to get hooked on drugs again. My goal is not to get hooked on alcohol again. My goal is to focus on, having a good time. And YouTube was my kind of outlet, and I needed to come back to that. So going forward, we're gonna start uploading again regularly. I'm gonna at first it'll be a little bit of forcing myself to get back into it, and then it'll also kind of give an inspiration on why I should be decorating around me and kind of building up my apartment and doing all that stuff. So that's kind of the goal. So this is gonna kind of be an update video / announcement that, hey, I'm back. So I thank you all for watching this. I really do, and thank you all for those who have subscribed and stuck with the channel. I really appreciate that, and I hope going forward we can strive to have a really good time. And again, I apologize because, yes, you're going to hear cars in the background of the recordings for a little bit until I buy a better mic setup. And I'll probably give a tour at some point to the apartment and kind of show off everything so you guys can kind of see what I'm, dealing with. But, yep, so this is my announcement that today I'm going to do a bunch of RimWorld and hopefully upload that to the channel, and you guys will see it. So, coming up, and then go day by day is my goal, is hopefully get as much, get a bunch of recording, get all the way up to the end, and then work on the next series, and then continue on with each of them and see how far we can go. So, thank you all who have stuck around, and thank you all for those who listen to this, and truly, thank you, YouTube. Even if you aren't the greatest website, even if you are not the most well-loved, thank you for being a place I can have a creative outlet that I don't have to care or worry about what people think. Except for the fact that I really do need to brush my beard. Like, damn, bro, I really forgot that. I was kind of in a rush this morning out of the shower because I was like, I want to get some coffee in me and I want to start recording. So, thank you all, and see you guys in the RimWorld series.